Welcome to episode 1 of the Tornado Innovation podcast. Episode 1 is going to be focused on us. This is our company. This is our podcast. We can talk about whatever we want. There's not a lot of scripting going on. There's some bullet points we need to hit. And what we're going to cover tonight is, first and foremost, who we are. This is Kong.
I'm Sai.
And I'm Hua.
And we are the owners of Tornado Innovation. Company's been around for about 5 years now. Mm-hmm. And we are known for the clear umbrella rigs. So we'll start off with that. History of the company, we're going to cover a little bit of that. We're going to cover the evolution of our most prized possessions. And we're going to cover a lot of how to use it, how to do this, how to do that. A lot of things you shouldn't do. A lot of mistakes we see that people are doing. And a lot of, just general things we want to talk about. Umbrella rigs in general. So, company-wise, like I said, 5 years. Really started throwing umbrella rigs way before that, though. Especially this guy. He's been throwing it way before all of us. Maybe, since 2010 you've been throwing it?
A long time.
Yeah. So he started off with all the metal arm rigs, predominantly for stripers and river systems. And we have all those videos if you guys want to go back and look at those videos.
All the OGs would know.
All the OGs would know. It's on our other channel, our Out of Work Outdoors channel. Go back, just go through the playlist, go back years, and you'll see big stripers being caught on it. But you also see a lot of broken arms, a lot of metal broken arms. And we didn't edit that stuff out. A lot of that stuff is still in there. So after a little bit, we started thinking about designing our own umbrella rigs. And the first thing I wanted, because I don't throw much, was clear arms. I wanted clear arms. I wanted unbreakable clear arms, which is a big step forward in the world of umbrellas. At the time, we really didn't know of many companies building them. I think I knew of one or two, but in our opinion, it wasn't good enough. So if it's not good enough for you, the only solution is you have to go build it. So we decided to build one. And it took a little bit. It took about a year to build our first prototype. And we didn't even sell it to the public. We just used it ourselves. And we were able to win a couple of fishing tournaments with it. And that's how it was really born before we started selling them. And then we started selling them. And then people were interested. A lot of people liked the idea. They liked the concept. We sold to our friends, and then we created this whole entire Instagram page, and we grew it from about nothing to 130,000 followers right now. We're also on TikTok. We have a YouTube channel that we're going to be updating. We're going to be uploading this video too. So if you're watching this, you're probably watching it on YouTube. We're not sure if we're going to do the whole Spotify and Apple, iPod, all that stuff. Okay, we're not sure about that yet, because this is episode 1. As you can see, we're in the shop. We're not in a studio. We're just in the shop. This is the shop that we're in. We build everything here. The three of us pretty much build 99% of the rigs. Designed, built, packaged, and shipped out.
Yeah, from here. Yeah.
From here. So this is the shop. You guys want to say anything before we get started? All right. So this is the version 1. You guys can see. Looks very kind of basic, but it was a proof of concept. Everyone loved it. It's still being sold right now. So we're like 5 days before we discontinue this guy, right? So this is the umbrella rigs. This is the version 2.1. So version 1 was basically the departure from metal arms to a clear arm umbrella rig. These are made out of fluorocarbon. That's the other thing. A lot of questions are thrown at us every time someone sees one. It's like, what's it made out of? Version 1, version 2, fluorocarbon. And we sold a lot. We shipped them all over the United States. We get a lot of good feedback. Lots of tournament money being won on it. A lot of personal bests being won on it. Won, but captured on it. A lot of people that are fishing community holes. They say this has really changed the game for them. But there's at the back of our minds, we've already designed something that's really good, but at the same time, we still wanted something else. Through customer feedback and just through us in general, we knew that we wanted to go to retail, and we knew that we wanted a storage solution because it's really hard to store one of these. But they're just umbrella rigs are just hard to store in general, right? So we decided, all right, well, we're going for version 3, which we're going to introduce here. We wanted foldable arms, collapsible arms, right? And we wanted a storage system all together, all as a complete package. And we feel like we have built it. Took us about a year to design, draft, pick materials, basically take everything we know and ground up development again. So that's why on our Instagrams, our social medias, it's not been super hot because we've been working so hard on this. And our release date is October 1st. That's the goal. So you want to show them what we got?
Yeah. I'll show you this is the main, not really the main one, but this is probably gonna be the hardest one. And let me just show you guys the package first, actually. So this is the tube.
Package is very important.
Yeah. Let's see. Tube. So it fits obviously our umbrella rig. This is the umbrella rig right here. Focusing on it.
Comes out looking like this. It's a 2-inch tube too, so we didn't go cheap on you guys and give you like a 1-inch tube because we want you to reuse this tube.
Yeah, so when I used to striper fish a lot, one of the main issues was arms breaking, and I've had a couple arms break just coming out of the package. So I always wanted a folding, umbrella rig. So this is our finesse bladed, and basically we on this version 3 created folding arms so that you can, put it into a tube and store it. So should I show how it works?
Yeah, show them how it works. So, do a quick demo.
Do a quick demo.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how the main body looks like. It's got like basically a spro swivel, like a 200-pound swivel.
That's a 300-pound spro swivel on top.
Yeah, and then basically what you do is you have these sleeves. You bend your arm up, and then you slide the sleeve onto the body, and that keeps it, out.
Keeps it up.
Yeah, so you just do that to all 4 and put your baits on, you're ready to go. And then probably should show some that already has baits on it.
So we'll show them a little bit because that's just fresh out of the box.
Yeah,
And
so that's how that works right there. So after you're done, long day of fishing, you're done. This thing's basically indestructible. We've tested so much. You just go ahead and pop the little sleeve off. That will allow you to bend your arms back down like so. And then even with your baits on it, we made sure that there's enough room to stuff everything back into the tube. Also in the tube comes this little tool that you could use to help remove.
Press and remove it.
Yeah, press the sleeve on or help take the sleeve off. Also, we have split rings.
Yeah, the split ring idea. We decided to go with split rings because we believe the split rings are the most reliable connection you can get.
Yeah.
There's a lot of D-ring stuff out there that back in the striper days we'd always take that harbor off because there's a lot of failures. So if you still want D-rings, you're more than welcome to put those on. But
Yeah, I just went to splits because I was pretty serious about chasing big stripers back then, and it's just a habit now. But clips will always open up on me, and split rings, if I got good quality ones, never did. So yeah, just minimizing your chances of losing your PB if you run into it.
forgot about the cap.
Oh yeah, so the cap is also hexed so that it doesn't really roll much, especially when you're in the boat.
stops,
Yeah,
right?
it stops. Yeah.
That's a
So
cool
instead of just having a round cap, it's got flat sides on it.
Yep.
So
So it's well thought out. We thought out. We used it.
so this is a whole system that is, it's basically gonna be the only rig you're really gonna umbrella rig you're really gonna need for now on out because it's really that good. So
and if you need to, you could throw 6 of them in a duffel bag, put in your
yeah,
boat compartments
Yeah.
if you want to.
you should see my duffel bag right now.
Duffel bags on 20s. Yeah, so it could do that. You want to talk about the other models? Well, just pick one.
Well, okay, this one. This is the one step up from that one. This we call it the original. Pretty much this is our old HD. We're replacing our regular standard with replacing the standard with this one, which is we're calling it the original. Everything's beefier. It's just pretty much our HD one, our version 2 HD.
Everybody gets an upgrade.
Yeah, everybody gets a free upgrade. So this is the one step from this guy. The mini is for this the finesse now, but this is our old. We call it the mini still, kind of, but it's our finesse. The original is made for bigger swim baits, bigger heads. Throw it in the same spot, but if you want 4 or 5 inch swim baits, this is the one you're gonna throw on. You want bigger swim bait heads like these, 1/4 to 3/8 on the end, or even towards the back. This is the rig you want to throw. The finesse is really built for just 1/8 ounce swim baits heads on the side.
Yeah.
So this one's stepping it up. This one was built for stripers or guys who are targeting giant bass. So this one was
Saltwater too.
built for
Some guys ordering it for calico bass, so
Yeah.
that's the one for calicos if you want.
Yeah, so like basically kind of general basic swim bait sizes. You want basically 3 inch or less on the finesse. You could go
3 and up.
3 and up on this. I would say 6 probably max on this one. 6 inch, yeah, 5-6 inches max.
And the swivel on top is upgraded to a 500-pound swivel instead of a 300-pound.
So there are some big size. Show them the size difference because a lot of people want to know.
So yeah,
There
so
is a big size difference.
just these 2 rigs right here covers most of your your
This is
flukes
about
or
80-90% of your swim bait requirements, So
Show it to you guys. So this is the big one. This is a small one.
yeah.
See the difference? I mean, they're right side by side. This has 5-inch arm, and this one has 4-inch arm. Three and a half.
Roughly 3.5.
So 5-inch and 3.5-inch arms.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
That's the difference.
That's the major difference. Those are our top 2 sellers too. So
Yeah.
we
The
expect
top
them
seller
to be,
actually is the finesse.
Yeah.
This one
it
sells
by far
really good,
outsells
yeah.
everything.
Because I mean, this is the most versatile in my opinion. Like, you could throw, small swim baits on here, and everything we eat. So
Yeah.
most people,
And a lot of people,
gravitate
they don't
towards
have
this
the big swim bait rod setups, and then that suits.
Yes.
That's like your jig rod,
yeah,
your bass fishing, your 7-foot heavy, medium heavy. Throw 16 to 20 pound line on it. It doesn't matter what gear ratio
Yeah.
you have, and you can sling that around.
yeah, and that's one of the things about our rig too is they're so light. They're not like the metal ones that has a heavy lead, center body or head, and you have heavy arms coming out. This thing is like weightless, and so it casts really well. You want your heavier baits in the back, so when it actually casts out, it flies out really nice.
One rare end heavy.
I might sound biased, but it is, we've put all our experience and wants into this thing. So
It's like 10 years of experience
Yeah.
and then 5 years of development. into
Yeah.
this, if you think about it. So,
yeah, basically.
And since version 1 came out, we were thinking, how are we going to make collapsible? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And this guy was like, started drawing on Fusion.
yeah, we drew Fusion like last year around this time too. That's when it really started. And then
Then we've been pushing
like
it.
60 revisions of designs later, that's what we ended up doing. So let me get the big. So this is the one that gains the most traction on social media because people don't understand it. So in the world of umbrella rigs, so this one, if you buy this one, it comes with an extra long tube. Not a lot of people will do that for you. We give you the extra long tube. So this, same idea as the other ones. It's just basically 2 stuck together.
It's just pretty much like this now.
Yeah. 2 stuck together. This is a total of 9 baits, total of 8 blades. And if you rig it with underhead spins, it's like a flashing disco ball coming through the water. This is probably the most like bitten rig we have, but a lot of people throw it just because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
It is our most expensive rig. Okay, we call it a double decker. There's two versions of it too. There's a standard double decker, and then there's a double decker HD. So once again, it kind of follows the same ideas as the other two, where you have small swim baits, big swim baits, right? So take your pick on that. And this one is becoming our favorite, or if not, is our favorite already. But there's a lot of controversy behind it because it is a lot of lures, there's a lot of hooks. So for something like these things, you kind of have to consult with your rule books, okay, your rules and regulations. Here in Oklahoma, we don't have a hook limit.
Currently.
So
Never
yeah,
know.
we haven't had a hook limit in the past 4 or 5 years, as far as I can remember. So we can run as many hooks as we want. Some states allow 2, some states allow 1, some states are they say 5, right? So for this, if you're in a state that allows more than 5, like this is the one to go with. If you're a tournament guy, this is the one to go with. Okay, we're just not saying that. Like our customer feedback on the double deckers are always positive. They're always positive.
Yeah, if you guys check out the website, I mean, all the rigs are still there and all the reviews are still there, so you guys can go read all the reviews. If I remember from the top of my head, this one, which is the Finesse, but under the mini category, has 18 reviews. This is the regular size, which the HD. This one has, I think, 10 reviews on this one, and then the double decker, all it keeps saying is game changer, changer. So
And it kind of is. So we fished these side by side on many occasions, and the double deckers get bit like 5 to 1. And we're throwing the same cast, the same rock piles, same brush piles, whatever you want to throw at it, and the double deckers get bit more. And that's the truth. Yeah, there's nothing else you can say about that.
Let me bring
So, it's a couple of them are pre-rigged.
this is my
Yeah, this is an actual prototype.
prototype that I've been field testing for like, the last 6-7 months.
Yep.
And this is what it looks like. Arms folded down.
Mhm.
But so when I store it, you can store it in a tube, which I'll show you. You can do store it like this.
Mhm.
Careful with your hooks, but goes in. Let's try it now. Right. So this tube that comes with the rig, you could actually store the whole thing in there. And that, or whenever I get home, I just go ahead and hang it up on the rack.
Right.
You don't have to, but this is
You could even hang it. on
creature
your
habit.
rod.
That's what I used to do. Yeah, but this is all the arms folded down, and great thing is because it's folded down, it keeps your arms straight and nice and straight
when you're ready.
when you're ready to go back out. And it's so easy to just pop these sleeves on to get the arms back out. So yeah, we really thought about this and put a lot of time to developing this system right here. See that? So I just gotta put these sleeves on and it's ready to go on my rod. So
all right. So right now when we go fishing, there's always a double decker on deck. There's always a double decker on deck.
I basically have this thing tied on 24/7.
So we're gonna go into like a lot of the
you just leave it
like
here.
what, where, and why, right? So there's 3 different sizes, and in each size there's also a non-bladed version. Well, at least those 2. There's non-bladed, double decker. They're all bladed, and there's a big small size, right? So for the finesse size, what would you guys say is like rod and reel combination? You can throw it or should throw on it. Where should you throw it, and why would you pick that one over the other ones?
I'll go first. For this small guy,
Yeah, the finesse.
the Finesse, I throw it mainly on a 7.3, just a medium heavy action, with all 1/8 ounce or lighter, sometimes weightless on the end, with a quarter in the back on 16-pound line to 20-pound line. I don't go below 16 because that's just asking for it to break off, but Overall 16, don't really break off on 16. I throw almost brand new line every trip I go out. So when I throw this rig, I put new line on. But 20 does great on that rod. You want a slower gear ratio. I throw a lot on a 6, 6.3. I mean, I sometimes on a 7, but you gotta slow down. But it also depends if the water is warmer or if you're throwing it up shallow and you gotta burn it a little more. So
Post spawn.
Yeah, like-
post spawn.
it just depends on timing of year and what you're really targeting, depth of water. But that 7.3 or just a 7-footer works pretty good. You don't need a power horse rod like a swim bait rod for this guy.
Yeah, that's what's great about
It's
that.
kind of
one.
overkill to just throw this little light rig. It's almost like throwing a spinner bait.
That's why it's called a finesse. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, like
light.
this one fully rigged would still be under an ounce.
Yeah, I usually put like 3-inch swim bait or smaller on here on the side, and I'll run one size bigger on the back, like a 3.5-inch swim bait on the back. But this rig is just to get bit. This is the rig just to throw to get bit.
Species. This is probably best for spotted bass lakes and smallmouths.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where this one really excels. Probably better than the bigger brother, right? We'll talk about the double deck because that breaks all the rules. But yeah, that one, spotted bass lakes, clear water lakes, like super clear water lakes. And when the lakes get too clear, lose the blades. That's why we have a bladeless version.
Or there's
Right.
too much pressure.
Too much pressure also.
You go
Like
with
if you're
bladeless.
fishing a tournament, day 1, they might be good on blades. Day 2, they might not be. You might want to throw the non-blade on day 2. Or if you're following somebody into an area, you might want to throw the unbladed one. So these are the reasons why we have so many different versions. And I know the internet doesn't talk about it very much, but this is our podcast, and we're kind of biased now because we actually build these, and we're not holding anything back. We want all of our customers to actually know and buy the ones that will work for them. So if you're in a spotted bass lake and visibility is always more than 10 feet, in my opinion, you don't need the blades. You should just buy the bladeless ones. That's just me. All right. So now we go to the standard size, which is you just dubbed it the OG. So the OG opens up a lot of possibilities. So
OG
it goes
has the
back to the
original
5-inch arms. You could put 5-inch swim baits on it. You can do a lot of different things. The hook choices also open up. So instead of just your traditional ball heads, which is really what the finesse is designed to do, you could really get 5-inch swim baits. You can have 5-aught hooks on here, all weightless, and you can roll this over a lay down. And that's what I love to do with this one. And I want money doing that too. So 4 or 5 foot of water coming up on lay down. A lot of guys will say, flip a jig, throw a square bill, throw a little top water, and I roll in and I throw this thing first, just because they don't see it. So all your swim baits are there, all 5-inch swim baits. They're all weedless, and you just roll it right by. And then if there's a big fish in there that they haven't seen this before, they'll come out and they'll smoke it. Because like I said, I've won big bass events on this before. But also, this is now a kind of multi-species rig because it's okay for stripers now. It's okay for calicos. I'm not sure about tunas or all of those other big fish because we get inquiries about that and we've not tested yet, so we don't know. But we'd like you to see. We'd like to see how it performs, but we've never done it. But all your largemouths that are big, right? 5, 6, 7 pounders. This will handle it perfect, and the arms won't break, right? So a lot of times when you get to that size of fish, they'll break the arms. So this will fill that need, okay? And that's the reason why we like this one a lot, and that's why it's the OG. It's never.
Yeah, we throw this one at
disappoints.
dams for striper and with weightless, like these weightless swim bait hooks. Without oh, you can't see that, but without I'll take one out for you.
Yeah, like a big swim bait.
Yeah.
This is a 4-aught, but you could do a 5 or 6-aught.
Do a BKK.
One of
8-aught,
those. Yeah, you could just rig it on, put your swim bait on. You could throw it out there, and you could just let it tumble in the current along the riprap or stuff, and just keep a tight line and
I'll just smoke it.
Basically,
smoke it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of just
Fish
Texas
and eddies.
rigged.
Yeah, Texas rig. You could throw this open water too, into standing timber a little bit,
Tops
against-
of trees,
up
lay
against
down,
brush
I
and
think I have one.
brush
rigged up,
piles,
right?
yeah.
like roll it over brush piles in like 30 foot of water. In your standing timber lakes, it's a really good idea to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we test these rigs on big hybrid striper and big striper.
Oh no, the other thing I forgot is the finesse. One of the key things about the finesse is it's small, right? So you could flip it into cracks if you want. And another thing that one of our customers told us about is they fish grass flats with it. So if you have your your lives or 360s and you can see where the clumps of grass are, you run it by the clumps of grass. This is something that a lot of people don't tell you either. But the finesse is really good at doing that because it's small. It stays up in the water column, and you just keep it like a foot underneath the water surface.
Yeah, that's
So
the
this
one
is
for the
our
dam.
our striper rig.
Yeah, this is one of my striper rigs. Basically, yeah, I run kind of Texas rigged up so that I could kind of bury the hooks into the fish and then I could roll this on the bottom. And at dams, there are just nothing but bird nests of old fishing line down there. So if we do this, then a lot less chance of hooking up to not rocks but those lines.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So I think everybody who fishes dams understands it. It's basically community holes.
yeah,
Community holes are like that, even on the lakeside too. So if you go to a community hole with a lay down, there's a bunch of stuff in there that's gonna get you hung up.
What rod are you like throwing that on?
That one, dude. When I throw that one, I step it up to like 8 foot. I step it up to 8 foot. Like this goes right back to almost your traditional umbrella rig stuff. But now I want like a semi parabolic rod, heavy action to help you whip it, and then a little slightly longer butt section. Definitely 20-pound fluorocarbon minimum.
20,
to me.
25, yeah.
20 to 25, right? And
You throw mono too.
I threw mono for the longest time. I threw
Just
25
big
pound
game.
mono. Yeah, 25 pound on big game. I never broke them off. I never did on big game.
Just traditional swim bait
Yeah.
guys. That's what
Yeah,
they throw
I
on
never
big
broke
game.
one off. Yeah, so that's what I like to throw on it, like 8 foot. Parabolic if you can. I don't like throwing on broomsticks because I feel like you work too hard with the broomstick rods. But in terms of gear ratios, it's still wide open. You do whatever you want. So I've thrown everything from a 5 to a 10 gear ratio, depending on what you want, right? So on the finesse, when I'm streaming it across the surface or I'm burning it, it's on an 8. When I'm throwing it deep, I'm more of a 5-6 ratio guy. But those are the two that I think we've covered the most, and I think those two make up about 80% of our sales. Like those two, so they're pretty popular.
Yeah, these two.
And if the retail market picks them up, they're gonna be made basically those two. Like if you see those in stores, it's probably gonna be those two. All right. So like I said, there's bladed and non-bladed versions, and pick accordingly because there's a reason for each of them. Now, but they come with blades, but doesn't mean you have to keep them at those sizes. You're welcome to change them out. So a lot of times when we fish for stripers, it comes with 4 little blades, but we'll change 2. We'll lose 2, and we'll keep 2, but we change them to size 4s. So you're thinking about threadfin shad or something. You want a big flash. This is what's gonna happen, and that's what I do in the shallows. So I do that, and it works really good. All right, so let's talk about this guy. Throw in the double decker, right? So there's 2 double deckers. There's the double decker and the double decker HD. So as soon as you get to the double deckers, you're gonna want a swim bait rod setup. Okay, that is something that you're not gonna throw on your regular 8 foot flip stick. It's not gonna happen. You can do it, but you're gonna fight it.
Yeah,
You're gonna really
you just
fight
kind
it.
of struggle a little bit.
Yeah, because now you're stepping it up from for example, like a 1 ounce or slightly below 1 ounce to definitely above 1 ounce, probably closer to 2, right? It depends on how you rig it. It might go to 3 or 4. So definitely swim baits setups. You're talking like 8.5 foot rods now, parabolics, heavy action, bigger rods, bigger reels, lines. Once again, I'm a 25 pound fluorocarbon line guy. Once I get up to this, but the funny thing is on this, the way I rig it, my favorite way is actually to rig it weightless. I do it weightless. I actually build these. We offer a weightless underspin, and I put all 8 of them on there.
Yeah, I don't.
and you can have a rig this size barely fall underneath the surface. And when you do that, it's something that fish doesn't see. So what you're trying to do is there's like all year round. There's always minnows. There's always shad, especially post spawn during the summer months, early fall season. There's a lot of bait that's real small. We're talking bait that's an inch to inch and a half, maybe 2 inches, and this just mimics it perfect. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, check out our Instagram page, Tornado Innovation, and there's plenty of footage on there that demos the double decker. And the double decker goes viral all the time too. Every time we show it, we basically is guaranteed 50K views on each video. So that's always cool. On the flip side, if you rig it heavy, you can fish it real deep. So if you do quarter ounce on everything, this thing sinks pretty quick. Okay, and if you do the quarter ounce, you definitely need a swim bait rod, and then you can sling it real far, right? And it comes through the water real fast. And once again, we've caught a lot of big fish on the double decker, like off of brush piles, off of laydowns.
Being down the bank.
Yep, burning down the bank has worked pretty good too. I don't know what else comes to mind when you throw a double decker.
Target it. You don't throw as far as that fine arm, but you could.
It's still pretty far.
Yeah,
Still
it's still like
good.
that 60, 70 yard foot
For cast.
feet cast,
Yep.
not like your 80, 90.
Yeah, you'll be able to cover, plenty of water.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing about the double decker is the draw power that this thing actually has.
Right.
So like if you think of, hey, just the 5-arm versions are, very good at drawing fish to come and check it out or to strike. Like this one here, I feel like it's 2 or 3, 4 folds the draw power
Right.
of that.
Yeah,
And like
and this is not speculation. Okay?
Yeah,
this is
like
all
we-
forward-facing sonar verified.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's been trips where we've gone out, 3 of us, and we'll test this theory out.
yeah.
You'll see fish over there, right? And we want to catch them on the 5-arm, and you'll see them follow, or you'll just see them just straight up ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw the double decker in there, and they'll either chase it, or
Same
they'll bite
cast
it.
and everything, yeah.
Same
They'll just-
cast, same direction.
They'll just come up
same minute.
and like slam on.
Right, but they'll bite the double decker. They won't bite the 5-arm.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we're fishing a lot of community holes too, so maybe they've seen a lot of the 5-arm stuff, but they haven't seen the 9-arm, and that's something new to them.
Yeah, I mean, if your state don't allow this, you could still,
blades.
put all blades and just how many hooks you have, just run that on the back. That your state requires, just run that on the back, and because
Right.
most of the time you get in the back, but man, there are multiple trips where I'll double up and you'll get
Double,
fish up
triples.
here, you get fish down here, you'll get double, triples, especially if you're like chasing, white bass or hybrids or stripers
When the
where
bass
they're
are
schooling. Yeah,
that
when the
is
bass
crazy,
is schooling
man.
and you run this thing through them, around top of them, yeah, it gets bit and you'll get 2-3 fish at a time.
Okay, so let's talk about states that have hook limitations. What do you recommend? There's a couple of things that comes to mind, and you can see it on our social medias. We have one of the guys we sent some rigs to. His name was Hobbyist Fishing, and we sent him a finesse, but instead of baits on all the arms, he requested blades on all the arms. So each arm has 2 blades, and then he puts a swim bait in the back. Everyone calls it the Minnesota rig, and that's one thing you can do. In Massachusetts, I believe they can have 2 or 3 hooks, but he opted to just go 1, and that works pretty good too. But in most states, if I was gonna go, if I'm allowed 3 hooks, I'm gonna run 3 hooks.
Mm-hmm.
So you could still run 5 baits. So that's the other thing that you have to get cleared away with the game wardens in your area. So they have to know all as well. And it depends on the rule and what's written in the rule, right? Some states like Minnesota, they restrict baits, and some states restrict hooks, right? So you need to figure that out. Okay, so if they restrict hooks, that means you can still run a double decker with 9 baits, but you can only have 3 hooks. So if you're gonna run 3 hooks, then you should run definitely the one in the back, right? Definitely the one in the back, and maybe 2 of these. Okay, and the other thing is, if you play with your weights, you can have this thing rotate in the water to position itself for a bite, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, so if you don't know, contact the game warden in your area. Look them up. Their phone number is listed somewhere. Ask ChatGPT, he'll probably tell you. And then ask them specifically, what is the rule? How many hooks? How many baits? And how they're gonna enforce it? Because you want to be, having a good time and not get fined. But yeah, our state, it's wide open. I think South Carolina and I think Florida is wide open also. So a lot of these wars go to those states. But the other states can still have the fun too if they know what they're allowed, right? So you want to talk about the hook, jig head, weight rotation idea?
Yeah, sure. So you always want to put the biggest weight in the bag. Like this one, the biggest weight in the bag here is like a 1/4 ounce. All these are 16 ounce. And then these two are 1/4 ounce. So when you throw the rig out, it could land anywhere in the water. But these weight, while you're retrieving it, the rig will rotate and it writes itself out to where if you only have 3 hooks, these 3 are the ones that's on the bottom, while all these other bait don't have any weight. They tend to float more because there's no weight dragging them down, and those 3 baits are the one that will be in the strike zone. Yeah. So you could do that. You could just put those hitchhiker quick screws, whatever you want to call it, on top. Mm-hmm. I do that. I'll throw like a top water one. I'll put bigger like 5-inch swim baits on top or 4-inch swim bait on top on a regular firearm and run it like top water style and burn it on top and get smoke like that.
Yeah, very versatile.
So play with your bait. I mean, you could probably even it all out or put 2 heavy ones on the side. The bait part rotates. Because uneven, it'll always try to write itself out, and it'll rotate. That might be a trick too.
Yeah. I mean, use your imagination. It's just a rig. So when I say use your imagination, don't think just swim baits. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll go into the baits a little bit too. When it comes to baits, right? A swim bait is probably going to be your number one thing. Because it's a school of fish, right? But we've had a lot of success putting chatterbaits on there. Okay, so the rear arm, especially on the finesse one, I run a 1/2 ounce chatterbait on the back, right? Bladed jig. And then I run weightless on all 4. And when you throw it, it feels like you're throwing like a heavy spinnerbait. But it gives the fish a completely different look. It's an umbrella rig, but it vibrates. Okay, so that has fooled a lot of big fish. Okay, so keep the mind open. It's just a bunch of arms. It's designed for you to be creative. That's why you have different color baits, different color hooks, different jig heads. That's why we have underhead spins. So the blades, there's 4 blades on the rig already, but you can add underhead spins to it. So now you're up to 8 blades. And on this, if you add underhead spins to it, you're up to 16, 17 blades. And that, when it comes to the water, is a freaking disco ball. And bass, I guarantee you, they've never seen that before. So a lot of the big fish that are up shallow will be fooled by that. There's also this that we're playing with.
Yeah, this is the new stuff from Japan.
Right. The Japanese are doing this pretty hot right now.
Strobling a rig. Mm-hmm. So technically, instead of 1 minnow, they're using 5 minnows, like this.
That's right.
Your favorite minnow bait on your favorite rig, and pretty much it will just shake it through the water. These minnows still turns 180 like that. It'll still
instead of 1 minnow dancing, it's 5
minnows dancing. You could do all weightless, throw around docks on kind of more on the surface, or you could just throw at them deep and stroll it towards them.
So keep your mind open. So umbrella rigs are it's a way of gluing baits together. Think of it like that and it'll open up your mind. So your favorite things you like to do, you can do this. So I tried this. I tried to put a spoon on one time. I think I was just bad day of fishing, but I'm gonna need to try it again. So
Thigh spoon.
yeah, so I threw a 8-inch spoon on one time, and it was actually pretty cool. Like 8-inch spoon on the bottom. Like I actually use this one, the OG one. 8-inch spoon on the bottom, and then I had flukes on the top, all Texas rigged, so that they won't hang up on each other. And it looks pretty good. It's just that was a bad day, and I couldn't get fish to go on it. But that's something that this allows you to do stuff like that. And a lot of other guys will do a lot of other things that no one's gonna tell you about, but works really good. I think okay, so there's other misconception about this just being banned and it's illegal because the Bassmaster Elites, the FLW tours, those big
The big tournaments.
upper tours, they don't allow it in any bass fishing tournaments. Is that true?
The big leagues, yes, but your local leagues and kayak tours, they allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
And
restrictions.
even I'm pretty sure if, high school fishing allows it.
Really? High school? Maybe. Look into
sure.
it. Let us know.
I mean, high school, college allows it.
Yeah. They just banned in the pro ranks, so
Yeah. The top tier, right? Top tier.
because
ranks.
even some of the amateur leagues, they still let you throw it.
Yeah, so that answers that question. Okay. Best places to throw versus places not to throw.
I mean, anywhere.
Best places.
Best
to
places to throw. So far lately, I've been liking throwing it over brush piles
throw. With
with
forward facing sonar. right?
Forward facing sonar.
Do you recommend doing it without forward facing sonar?
No, man, dude. Forward facing sonar. You be buying a lot of rigs for me. No, but yeah, there's a fall bite when you fish the rigs. You just hover the rig over a brush pile, keep it a foot above the brush pile, and if the fish are staging up in that brush pile, they come out and smoke them.
Yeah.
Because
It's
they're
almost every
pretty
brush
much on bait here in the fall, but they're staging up, they're feeding up, they're looking up. So if they're in that brush pile, they're probably waiting for anything to come above the brush pile so they can ambush it.
Mhm.
So that's been a bite that I'm pretty sure a lot of guys are like noticing, but they're not talking about it
Yep. That's a secret thing for
because
sure.
everybody's throwing minnow and hovering over a brush pile.
Yeah. I think so too. So what's your favorite place to throw it?
I actually like throwing it around docks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Docks,
it's
cool.
pretty fun.
Rivers? Eddies?
Yeah, any. If I'm stripper fishing, yeah, it's in the current. Yeah, pretty much behind boulders, just coming through and it just gets smoked by the stripers.
So I've had a lot of luck throwing it on shallow, flatty points, like pebbly rock type stuff or boulders that most people would probably throw a topwater on, or they just burn right by it because it's only about 5 foot deep, right? And it looks like it's like a do nothing kind of point. I throw a double decker, I rig it weightless with underhead spins, and I have like these little 3-inch swim baits, and I just bomb and I chuck him away, and it works really good.
Mhm.
And a lot of people won't tell you that, but that works really good.
So for me, like if I didn't have forward facing sonar, I used to fish it like 7 feet or less. If you could fish 7 feet or less, you're like, hey, if I get hung up, my rod is 7 feet, and then my arm, if I reach in the water, is another foot, so I could get my rig. So that's what I did before I had forward facing sonar. I just stay up on the bank, paralleling the bank, throwing down the bank, and following the shoreline. And during the springtime, you'll get bit like that. So
yeah.
without forward facing
Yeah.
sonar, you can still do
A lot
really
of the fish
good.
are shallow during the spawn. You know,
Yeah, so I'll just go down the bank, chase pebble rock or chunk rock or even nice boulder, baseball size or football size rocks.
what do you do when you get stuck?
Don't set the hook. Trigger control.
Trigger control is big.
When the fish hit these rigs, if it's an open hook, they usually hook themselves.
Yeah.
I want to say like 8 out of 10. You just want to set the hook or tight line them because
Just
when-
hard lean.
when they hit these rigs, they usually turn away from you, and these hooks will usually stick them already. But you want to jack them a little just to feel that you're the man, you know. So
Yep.
Most of the time, when you feel a tug, don't set the hook yet. Let your rod load up a little bit, and then you could just lean back a little bit.
Oh yeah, make sure your hooks are sharp.
Yeah.
Yes. You
Yeah.
lose a lot of fish because the hook's not sharp.
Because if they're not
Yeah,
sharp,
hook
then
sharp.
yeah, you want to set that hook.
But yeah, but a lot of the swim bait, a lot of the swim bait rods are so powerful that when you lean back hard on it, it'll drive anything. So
So much leverage on the.
yeah, so much leverage, big line that doesn't really stretch, things like that. But on top of all that, we fish a lot of brush piles, and we do get stuck on brush piles quite a bit. And if you do, number one, don't set the hook. You need to be good enough to the point where you notice a difference between a bite and a branch, right? So if you reel and you're hooked up on a branch, if you don't set the hook, the cool thing about our umbrella rig is it's really flexible. So if you go right on top of it, I'm talking if you're on a boat, right? You get right on top of it, you start shaking it, it'll just pop off.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, this is like 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah, if you don't set the hook,
If you don't set the hook,
you just go right on top.
yeah, shake it.
Yeah.
That's like
Snap it
9 out of 10
sometimes.
on rocks.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 on rocks. Now, if you're like this guy and he doesn't have as good trigger control as
I
these
set-
two, he'll set the hook. And then you have to send in
What's the saying? Hook sets are free.
hook sets are free. Right.
No, they're $70.
$70, man. But
So,
get yourself a plug knocker, okay? A plug knocker from your favorite retail store. The heavier, the bigger, the better, okay? So we've got one that's probably 5 or 6 ounces. And I wish we had one that was a little bit heavier, okay? And then tie yourself some 200-pound braid on it. That's what we got. And, you know,
You can buy some trout line too.
whatever you want.
200-pound trout
It's just got to be like
Anything.
it's just gotta be strong enough that it will not break. So if you get it down there, it hooks onto the rig, it hooks onto the branch, you're gonna break that branch. Is what you're gonna do. Okay. So by doing so, I have not loosed an umbrella rig in the last 2 years. Unless I'm being careless. Like if I didn't re-spool my lines or if I didn't retie my knots, I could still lose some. But other than that, we haven't lost it. And that's speaking the truth.
So
So
we both flip 90% of our fish anyway.
we both flip a lot of our fish, but we both flip on 25-pound line. Mostly.
Yeah, I both flip 90.
Yeah.
I don't use a net even when I kayak fish. So when I get these fish to the boat, I boat flip. I grab the rig, I flop it in, or I boat flip them.
Right. Another good spot that I need to spend more time on because I know there's fish there, but I'm kind of dumb sometimes. You know, is riprap.
We never fished that.
We never fish it, but you know there's fish there because we throw jerk baits on it, but we don't throw umbrella rings on it. You know? So I feel like if you especially got the live scope stuff going, it's like it's a real good spot. That bridge pilings might be a good spot.
Just your main lake structure,
main
man-made
lake stuff,
structure.
Yeah. What about standing timber? Should you? Should you not?
I think with light scope.
With LISCO, you could
with
target
fence
that.
on, you
Yeah.
could.
If the fish are suspended on top and
Right.
staging.
I think that's a secret a lot of people aren't telling you, right?
Yeah.
So imagine like you're in a standing timber lake and the lake's flooded and it's now like 10 feet above normal. And it's gonna be dirty, but it's starting to clear, right? So it's starting to clear. The fish might stage above the timberline, but the timberline's still 7 foot below the surface. That might be a good time to throw an umbrella rig and burn it across the surface. You know, stuff like that, scenarios like that. I think people are not really thinking about. You know,
Yeah, just fish what's in front of you. I mean, you want to get better at it, you just throw it everywhere you go.
Yep.
It's just like any other lure, any other bait. You want to get better at it, you got to put time on it.
should we troll this?
You could troll it, but you probably got to put some heavy weights on there. Or have a downrigger.
We'll just have a heavy, put heavy weights, jigs on it.
Yep.
And it'll troll.
No, I've
Oh,
never
troll.
done it, but I don't see why it won't work, right?
Yeah.
So we get that question a lot too. Can it troll? It's like, I think so. I mean, when you're reeling it, it travels faster than your 2 miles per hour.
Mhm.
You know, but it's so lightweight that it might not go down.
Yeah, you probably got to
know,
use a
it needs to
downrigger.
Go up. Yeah, it's probably downrigger is probably the answer there. Let's see. Can you store these on your rod? I think that's one of the questions I've seen a couple of times.
I mean, I usually let it stay on my rod, tied up. This will be on the hook hanger on the bottom.
Yep.
Loosen all of these up so it collapses, and then just stand your rod up, straight up like this against the wall, leaning a little bit. I store my Virgin 2s like that most of the time anyway. You just can't be lazy with the Virgin 2. When you get home, you gotta pull that rod out of the rod locker and stand it up. Oh.
So any maintenance on this thing? Because it is a high performance rig now. So a lot of high performance stuff has a maintenance on something.
Yeah, these blades tend to come loose sometimes, and you could just super glue these little clear sleeves back on to wherever you want, technically.
Yeah.
This line is super slick, and super glue is like your best friend on this. Split rings. If you want new split rings, probably put new split rings. The one we supply are just general split ring. They're not the best out there.
They're not heavy duty split rings.
Big fish will probably straighten them out, but your everyday use, if you let them run and not horse them in,
you find them
straight. Yeah,
and then there's like a good and a bad with it. So when you run, so for the most part, when you were on an umbrella rig, like you gotta beef up the hooks. The rig is so beefy that something has to give, right? So for us, the weak link that we've kind of designed into it is the split ring. So the split ring to us is like a maintenance item. So every time you go out, especially if you're chasing big fish, right? If you're gonna use our split rings, check them. Okay, and once you fight a big fish, check them again. Okay, if you feel like they're not good enough, then by all means, go get yourself some real good split rings. There's a lot of them out there too, and even upsized to split rings. So what we give you is a size 3 and a size 4. And for the most part, we're trying to reach the most broad audience here. So we've given you those smaller size rings. But don't get me wrong. When I was rigging these with a 5-inch swim bait, I'm on some size 5 split rings and, like I said, like an 8/0 swim bait hook. Okay.
Yeah, put what matches your hooks too.
Yeah. So that, don't be afraid of doing that. But you'd have to kind of get a feel for what you want and just do it. So that, in terms of maintenance, that's the one thing. Sometimes if you accidentally forget to store it in your case, maybe because it's raining out, you just throw it in the rod box. This is a fluorocarbon material, and it can, an arm can kink on you, right? So when it kinks, what do? How do you fix it?
You just bend it back.
Right, you could just bend it back.
I just bend it back.
Yep.
I put it in hot water.
You can put it in hot water also, right?
Put it in hot tap water that comes out of your faucet as hard as it can, and you just let it warm up. Use a little heat gun or a hair dryer works too.
I've used a hair dryer before. Yeah.
Last case scenario, a lighter, but man,
that might burn it though.
Yeah, you might.
That might be too hot.
You gotta be extra careful.
Yeah. So you just gotta heat it up, get it
supply
up,
some
and
heat.
then just straighten things out. Because I've done it on one where it was just completely looks like a ball, and I'm able to bring it back to life. So that's one thing that we do get questions on is how do you take care of your rigs, because the version 2s we did not have a storage system.
Yeah, main thing was storage on those, because we didn't have a good solution for them.
Now our customers did give us a lot of good information on how they stored their rigs also, but it was never good enough, I would say, for us. So we thought of the tube, and then we even saw a special. I saw a special on Tackle Warehouse where they also liked the tube idea, but they recommended a tube that was slightly smaller than ours. So we wanted a true 2-inch tube because we know that we're going to be storing a bunch of stuff in it. So 2 inches is more round. It costs a little bit more for us to buy the 2-inch, but I feel like the customers are going to be a lot happier with the tube.
Yeah, I think that we're really happy with the tube.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect size.
Yep. And that's pretty much it for today. I mean, I don't know what else is going on. You want to talk about anything customer related or?
Give me that.
So, let me see that real quick. So this is the actual tool that comes. That comes with the kit, right? So there's 2 sizes. This is for the smaller finesse sleeve, and then this is for the bigger finesse sleeve. So let me see if I can show you guys that. So the sleeve fits in like that. Focus. You can see that. So this sleeve fits in there, and then you can use it to wiggle it and pull it out.
Yep.
Because what you don't want to do is put a pair of like needle nose pliers on here, because you can break this piece off, and if you do that,
pull it straight.
You'll still be able to fish it, but yeah, your arms won't be able to stay out straight anymore. So yeah, we give you this tool so that you can use it on here, or you can use your fingers like I do. I install it and pull it off with my fingernails. So also another thing is these tubes, they are sealed. So when you put the cap on, they are sealed. So there is no airflow going through it. So if you put your rigs back in here, your hooks could rust. So what you want to do is take your lid, your little cap, drill some holes in it, and maybe drill some holes in the tube itself. It might weaken the tube slightly, but it will give it airflow, and it will dry out your rig and your hooks and stuff, so that it won't rust out.
Oh yeah, show them the trick you were talking about, the string.
Yes,
yeah,
and then
so we put holes in this thing too.
So I don't have it here, but after you go ahead and put your holes in your cap, what I did was our tool. We have these little
side slots.
Side slots here, right here, so that you could tie a string to it. And then I'll just tie this tool directly to the cap, so that I don't lose the tool, because it is kind of small. And so whenever you're putting the cap back on, if you already got your rig in the tube, go ahead and put your tool in and just close back up, and then that way you will almost never lose the tool. I say almost never, because you just don't lose it. So yeah, that's
That is a
quick tip on, I guess, a little maintenance.
And like I
on
said,
that.
we are planning to go to retail with this, but primarily it is on a website. We're trying to get it to all the big marketplaces too. So we're trying to go to Amazon. We're going to try to go to eBay. We're going to try to go to Etsy for all international orders. This is something that we are going to try to do with the version 3, the Evolution, is we will try to satisfy the international orders. Now, we will not ship them out ourselves because we're a 3-man team, but according to eBay, they will ship it for us. You'll have to pay additional fees for the international orders, but we are gonna go that route. So for anybody looking to order, I know Korea has inquired, Australia's inquired, Sweden, Italy, Spain, Japan. They've inquired about this, and for those guys, we will direct you to our eBay store. So when you buy from eBay, they will calculate all the shipping, and if there's any tariffs involved, they will calculate all that for you. And then they'll just give us a shipping label. We'll put it on our box, and you'll get it in, I guess, a week, 2 weeks.
That's the wrap.
All right. So let us know in the comments, or you can email us directly at tornadoinnovation@gmail.com.
And check out our website at tornadoinnovation.com too.
By the time you see this video, the website should be up. All the most current prices should be up on the website.
Yeah.
If you're a dealer looking to carry our stuff, also email us at tornadoinnovation@gmail.com with a title dealer, okay, on the subject title. Just say dealer, and we'll get one of us that deals with that to contact you back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. That's episode 1.
Yeah, that's episode 1.